Silicon Slopes would not exist without entrepreneurs like Aaron Skonnard. And I think it's important that we all, as we build this community, and as we think about the type of community and state we want, putting entrepreneurs at the center is really important. They create the jobs, they create the whole ecosystem, right? And I'm so lucky to call this guy a friend, a mentor, and I think you're very lucky to hear from him now. Please welcome Pluralsight CEO Aaron Skonnard.
Hey, Silicon Slopes. It's great to be with you and feel your energy today. I am so proud to be a member of this community. And I want to share today how embracing this community and really leaning into it can become one of your greatest competitive advantages as an entrepreneur. So let me share a little bit about my story to bring this to life. First, the obligatory founder photo. This was my co-founders and I back in 2003 in a hotel room in Park City where we decided to start a company together. And our first order of business was to come up with a company name. And we decided that it needed to sound like a tech company, and it had to be completely unique on Google. And so we recognized this pattern. A lot of tech companies were combinations of two-syllable and one-syllable words, like Microsoft, Autodesk, and the list goes on. And so we said, there must be something to that. So how do four nerdy co-founders come up with a company name? We wrote a computer program. The computer program picked two-syllable and one-syllable words out of an online dictionary and stuck them together in random combinations, and then did a quick Google search to make sure they were unique. And then we circled our favorites, did a bake-off, and Pluralsight was born. So you probably didn't know that, a computer named Pluralsight. Next, we had to decide where to build the team. We had four co-founders living in four different states: California, Massachusetts, Maine, and of course, Utah. Each great cities in their own way. But ultimately, Utah was the winner. You may ask why? Well, Utah has this incredible combination of some rich ingredients, amazing tech talent. We built on the shoulders of incredible pioneers here in the state, like Brad talked about yesterday. We have low cost of living, was very attractive to us at the time. And of course, great lifestyle, nature, outdoors, just a wonderful way of living here in the state. And so these three ingredients were the primary reasons why we decided this is the place for Pluralsight. But what we didn't expect when we started building our team here was this powerful sense of community. Like, we really didn't expect it. I grew up in a low-income, kind of rough area in southeast Portland, Oregon, and I had never really experienced community like I have here. I started to recognize this pattern, this theme, as I met people and I made new friends and started to build a network, that the people here were committed to more than themselves. They were committed to something bigger. They embraced me. They embraced my company. They wanted us to win. And I just noticed how so many of these people wanted to lean into each other and build on this collective success. And so this circle of support started to grow around me. I'll call it my power circle. And each of these individuals contributed something valuable to my journey and to Pluralsight's journey. They became mentors, investors, expert advisors, but most importantly, friends and supporters. We were all on a similar journey. We were learning and growing together. We all had dark days and some really bright ones. And everyone was willing to take time out of their schedules to meet, connect, learn, and share. We were rooting for each other's success. So each of these people played a role in Pluralsight's success. Over the last 18 years, Pluralsight has continued to grow and expand and has experienced a tremendous amount of opportunity and ultimately success. But it didn't happen overnight. This has been an 18, almost 19-year journey for me now. It took us 6 years to get from 0 to 3 million in revenue. Then it took another 6 years to get from 3 to 100 million in revenue. And then another 6 years to get from 100 million to over 500 million in revenue today. And it's going to take probably another 6 years to get up to our next big, hairy, audacious goal of 1.5 billion in revenue. Now, this picture kind of makes it look really easy, but it sure didn't feel like this, and it actually wasn't like this. It kind of looked like this. You know, we've had our fair share of challenges, and still do, even today, as I'm standing in front of you speaking right now. These last 2 years have been some of the hardest years of our entire 18-year journey. But this zigzag experience is the one that most of us, in fact, probably all of us, are on. And that's why we need support. That's why we need mentors. That's why we need friends. That's why we need each other. That's why we need community. And that's ultimately what motivated the creation of this very thing we call Silicon Slopes. It's about creating that power circle for all of us. It's about building something bigger than any one of us. It's about building that community. Silicon Slopes is a community that learns, connects, and serves. We lean into each other through the ups and downs. We learn from each other's successes, and more importantly, our failures. We connect, we give of our time, we share, and we build these power circles. And we serve by focusing on ways that we can give back as a community to address issues that are important to all of us and bigger than anything we could do alone. And this very community is constantly cultivating a new wave, constant new waves of new entrepreneurs here in the state. Like Riley Butters, who is here today, sitting right over here. Riley is the founder and CEO of an incredible company called Donday. 6 years ago, she actually was a team member at Pluralsight as an individual contributor. That's where we met. And just recently, I ran into her. It was last year in a local favorite taco joint, and we reconnected, and I learned about her journey. Over the past several years, she's watched examples of other entrepreneurs here in this state. It's been taking notes, learning and growing, and then she identified her why, her opportunity, and she went for it. She's now a founder, a CEO, and created an incredible company in Donday, which is the employee travel benefit company. And now I'm proud to call myself an investor in her journey and a friend and a supporter. She has created her own power circle, her own circle of support and influence. People willing to lean in, invest in her, mentor her, and help her through those dark days. And I'm so happy to see her success and can't wait to see what's next for Doan Day. And there are many more examples just like Riley, sitting right here in this room with all of us. Companies like these, who are doing incredible things in their categories and markets. And each of these companies has a story similar to mine, similar to Riley's. And these are just a handful. These are just the ones that I know because I'm in their circle somehow. And I'm so proud to work with all these companies, to work with all the founders, and I'm rooting for their success. And I know there are going to be even more than these in the coming years, because that's what this community is cultivating and growing. A constant wave of innovation and new generations of entrepreneurs doing amazing things. So the question for you is, how can you lean in even more as a member of Silicon Slopes? Who can you help? Whose power circle can you join? Who can join your circle? How can you cultivate and build that even more intentionally than you are today? And guess what? You're sitting in the right place to do that today. There are countless opportunities around you here in this room. Like, this is what's so amazing and opportunistic about Summit. It gives you this place to connect and start building that network. So take that opportunity here during Summit today. Build those new relationships. Build out that power circle and see who you can help. In addition to supporting one another, we can also support causes that are bigger than any one of our companies. For example, back in 2019, here at Silicon Slopes, we committed to a goal of getting computer science taught in every Utah school across the state. And in collaboration with the governor's office, the legislature, the Utah State Board of Education, and so many of you, we built a master plan. And at the time, in 2019, we had 0 school districts committed to that master plan, and only a handful of schools in the states actually teaching computer science in every school. But through the power of this community and the collaboration between public and private, we've been able to go from 0 to 34 of our 41 school districts who now have a complete, thorough plan to get computer science in every grade in every Utah school. It's incredible. And I'm confident that by this time next year, we'll close the gap on the remaining 7. And in short order after that, we will have computer science in every school in Utah. So this is just another small example of how we as a community can collectively impact our future for the good. I am proud to be here working on things like this with all of you. I'm proud to be part of Silicon Slopes. And I promise you that if you embrace it, embrace this community and really lean into it, it will become one of your greatest competitive advantages. Thank you.